that, we will call Representative Freiberg to the test. My voice carries to the testifiers table to talk through his bill 1478. And Representative Freiberg, as you know, we're going to be laying this over for possible inclusion. And since you're a member of the committee, you can make the motion that comes before the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will move that House File 1478 be laid over for possible inclusion.
Thank you, Representative Freiberg. To your bill.
Sure, thank you. So the public land survey system predates the state of Minnesota, and it creates our system of property management. There's been 150 years of neglect, which has taken its toll, and flaws are becoming worse. And when you don't have an accurate system of surveys and survey corners, it leads to lawsuits among private property owners, and there's a lot of uncertainty about where property boundaries lie. There are 325,000 PLSS monuments set in Minnesota. Less than half of them, or 148,000, have a known location. Counties have the authority to determine where they're located. The cost to locate them is approximately $1,800 per monument. More precise data creates informed records for land management, accurate taxation. So we set up this program last year to create a grant fund where counties can more accurately locate the survey corners. This bill, House File 1478, builds on that. It sets some additional criteria that counties can use. It enables tribes to access the program, and it creates and it continues to fund the program. It has bipartisan support. Thank you, Representative Anderson, for signing on to this bill. In the Senate, Senator Ann Johnson Stewart and Senator Andrew Lang are the authors. You know, I've heard a lot of very worried statements about the impending budget forecast. I'm extremely optimistic. I think we're going to have an awesome forecast. You know,
I love your sense of optimism.
Yeah, this does seem like a lot. So we'll see where it falls. But
Representative Freiberg, would you like to move your A1?
Yes, I have the A1. This was an issue that was caught by nonpartisan staff, and it just puts the bill in the shape I'd like.
Representative Freiberg moves the A1 to put the bill in the shape that the author wishes. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Those opposed? To your bill as amended.
Thank you. I have a testifier here, and would love.
Please introduce yourself for the record and proceed.
Thank you. My name is Preston Dowell. I'm Deputy County Surveyor for St. Louis County, also past president of the Minnesota Society of Professional Surveyors. Thank you for having me here and allowing me to talk about the positive impact that House File 1478 can make for Minnesota. As Representative Freiberg talked about, the PLSS allows us to precisely describe the location of all the properties in Minnesota and provides the foundational layer for all the geographic information systems and online maps that many of us use today. The 325,000 monuments that Representative Freiberg talked about, we only know where about half of those are. And if we don't know where those are, it's very difficult to update our maps and make them spatially accurate. House File 1478 will help us continue the progress to get this important work for Minnesota done. Preserving the PLSS in Minnesota offers numerous benefits. It enables us to secure property transfers, reduces time and costs on development projects, road projects, all kinds of different work that's going on out there. Many property disputes arise due to the lack of PLSS monumentation, which leads to expensive lawsuits, title resolution cases, surveys, all kinds of different things. Quite simply, the continued deterioration of the system will continue to lead to more disputes. Better location of these monuments will enable us to update our maps with more accurate data and improve land management and ensuring that our taxation systems are being properly spatially accurate. If you have any other questions at this time, I'd be happy to take them.
Okay. Representative Bonner.
I'll be brief. Thank you for bringing this bill forward. I know we've had conversations about this bill in the past and the importance of this work. And in particular, it was really intriguing to see a walkthrough of how these markers work, where they're placed, and sort of all of the history behind them. So I think while it's probably a very underappreciated bill, I would suspect that it is also extremely important for Minnesotans. So I appreciate the work.
Representative Sexton, briefly.
And very briefly, we'll be signing on to this bill. I do have some experience in pipeline survey, and it's very expensive. And the more monuments we have will make things not only more accurate, but much cheaper for the landowners when they need to get a survey. So I will be signing on to the bill.
Okay, anybody else? I could probably fit in one other testifier as we're trying to move through things. So Mr. Raines, if you would like to come forth. And I'll just say as he's doing so, as a GIS guy, I appreciate these things, but again, we have to look at the whatever happens in the next hour or so with the forecast, and we'll deal with the practical reality from there. Mr. Raines, please introduce yourself for the record and proceed.
Yes, my name's Phil Raines. I am representing the Minnesota Society of Professional Surveyors today. Thank you for hearing this bill. This is very important. I always like to go back to a fundamental here. Even the most strict libertarian out there knows that we need to take care of public safety, we need to take care of property rights, and we need to settle disputes in the courts. This is one of those fundamental obligations, setting out the land values, where things are, and this makes your maps more accurate. And as Governor Walz said, I've got a video sometime if you want to see it. Good maps save lives, and it's a reality. It means it saves people money. It can bring down the cost of an $8,500 survey down to $2,500. And when the price goes down, people are more likely to do the survey and know where their land actually is and avoid those disputes going forward. And that's really what we're looking forward to here. So appreciate your time. Again, happy to take questions.
Okay, seeing none. Representative Freiberg.
Thank you. I was lucky enough last fall to be able to actually accompany Mr. Dowell and some other surveyors in northern St. Louis County, and was just incredibly impressed with the professionalism and knowledge that they brought to the process. I think this is a bargain. It's something that's really needed, and I appreciate the committee's consideration.
Thank you, Representative Freiberg. I do agree that it's something that we need to make sure we can get to, but again, we're going to have to react to the practical realities of the budget forecast. So Representative Freiberg renews his motion to have 1478 as amended laid over for possible inclusion.